Hi guys, this is Joyce from Enjoy Scrappin' 2. Today we're taking a look at the Chameleon color tones. These are alcohol-based markers. This is supposed to have this one pen that blends multiple tones. So we'll talk about this a little bit, and then I'll share some blending tips as I was playing with them. I've had this for about 6 months or so, and I don't think I've ever shared it, so I wanted to go ahead and share it. Lately I've been doing a lot of like product talks and reviews and things like that, and if you guys don't like that, just leave me a comment. But if you like that idea of me sharing like coloring mediums and things like that, also leave that in the comment. I do it because I have some mediums that I've picked up during the holiday season and things that I have not shared, and I thought it would be a great idea to kind of focus on one product and kind of give you some tips and show you how they work so that you can decide if this is something for you. So these markers are quite interesting. So this is a 22 deluxe pen set. So this was the first colors that they released, and I think they have new colors now. So this comes in this pamphlet that kind of describes how to use the pens and all the different stuff and how to achieve multiple tones from one pen, and talks about their nibs and things like that. So this is a great thing to read on. So these are all the colors that's in this set. And this set comes in this convenient packaging where you can use the tops of it, which flips down, and this is how they lay on the table so that you can grab your markers out this way. Okay, when you're storing these, you have to store it this way, flat. That's how they recommend it. So that's how I've been storing it. I haven't played with this for about, I would say, 4 months, and I did notice as I was doing this color chart that some of the, actually most of the mixing chamber solution had dried out. So I had to refill all of them with the what is this? The mixing chamber liquid, I believe, which is alcohol based. So I did notice that, and some of the colors actually are not as bright as when I first got them. So I think they somehow what is that? It's doesn't have that much colors. Maybe the colors leaked out or something, but these are pretty tightly closed, as you can see here. So I'm not sure why my colors are kind of fading away, but they do have refills for the colors as well as the mixing chamber solution, and these are, as you can see, they're double-ended. One side is brush and the other side is bullet tip, like so. And then this is the mixing chamber that's supposed to dilute your colors so that you can get multiple shades in one. So these are made actually in, I believe, in China, but the nibs themselves are made in Japan. Really great quality nibs. If you want to compare it to the Copic nibs, they are smaller. When you first get this marker set or marker individually, you'll notice that the nibs are very stiff, but as you use them more and more, the brushes kind of fan out a little bit, and that's the way it's supposed to work, because I contacted the company about that, and they said that's how it should be. It also mentions it in the pamphlet that you get regarding that. So here is a brand new, really pointy and really stiff, and this is broken in while the brush nib part is a little bit fanned out. So that sorry, that's how that is. So how to work this pen is you take out whatever end that you want to use. I majority of the time use the brush, and then you have the mixing chamber and you stick the pen like so, and as you can see right there, the brush nib is touching the nib of the chamber, and you're supposed to hold it upright like this, and it's very important that you do that. And then once you stick it in the chamber, you don't just leave it like this, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then it makes the nibs a little bit on the lighter side, and then you can go ahead and start coloring in, and you can see that there's no color in the beginning. The longer you leave it in, it's going to be like that. And then as you try it, it gets to its original color. So that's how you get multiple tones. So in the beginning, you want to kind of play with it, counting like from 10 seconds to like 5 seconds. I actually had, they do have like a color chart that you can print out from their website, and I actually had that, and I lost it somehow, so I just redid it just now, and that's when I realized as you can see here, some of my colors didn't change at all, and that's because they dried out. So that I actually put some mixing solution in all of them just to you know, so that I can get it blend, because obviously if you don't have the mixing chamber solution, it's not going to give that separate colors. If you leave it like this with the mixing chamber stuck to your nib, what's gonna happen is that colors, you can see here, the colors will migrate. Oops, something is leaking. Probably the mixing solution ink didn't settle. So what's going to happen is your nib color is going to get transferred to your mixing chamber, and then this will no longer be like a mixing chamber because it's already filled with the color. So you don't want to leave it stuck and then keep it like this, because this is going to have, this is unusable. I tried to flush it out, but that was it didn't work. So this is can't use this anymore as a mixing chamber. But so that's one important factor that you have to remember. But I could use the other mixing chamber to dilute this color. Okay. And this also comes with the detail brushes. It's kind of, so you can do some pen and ink work. One side is fatter than the other, and this is their colorless blender that you can use to push some colors around, just like your regular normal markers. These markers are really great. They're really fun. I really enjoy them. But these are not the first markers that I would grab when I do my coloring, I noticed. Because especially when you're coloring people images and skin tones, and it's kind of hard for me to get the right color, the right fused color to match what I already laid down. So I normally wouldn't be using this to color like skin tones and things like that. So here are some examples of what I colored here. You can get a really beautiful blend with just one color. These are some I believe they're waffle flower stamps. I just kind of stamped them all out in different places just to kind of play around with the markers. So this is where you can see I did now. These were done like when I first got the markers, trying to get the feel of it. This is what I just did, and you can see because the mixing chamber solution dried out that it just was a solid color, so I didn't get a really good blend on it. That's one. And then I done this as well. This is the I believe it's a pickled potpourri digital stamp. And what I did was I colored it again, and then I colored the background. I noticed that with the large area to color, I was having some difficulties with it. So I just went ahead and just put all different colors like a multi-tone. And then here's the butterfly. So I'm gonna kind of show you how you can get a good blend. And don't want to use that purple because it didn't really show up as well. So maybe the orange. I really like the orange. It's very bright. This is the OR4. So this has the number and the color name on the top, and then it has the number right there as well, over here as well. So that's cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in for about 5 seconds because this is a small area. So I'm going to go ahead and scooch it in a little bit and then start. You have to think about where you want your lightest colors to be. And then for circular images, I like to kind of go in like a round, like that. Isn't that cool? And that's it. So I really like it for floral images, as well as like little critters and things like that. I prefer to color smaller images with this. Let's try this purple. So this is what happens again when you, can you see that? So that was the purple that I put it in, and then it wasn't blending it out. So I was wondering why this color was transferring onto my mixing chamber, and that's because it was dried out. So there's a little hole inside. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a tiny little hole at the top, at the bottom, and the mixing chamber has like a long skinny needle type, and then you can go ahead and fill that, and you can also pull out that nib, I think. I'm not sure, but I know the mixing chamber solution has that skinny thing, so you can stick it right in the hole and then refill it. So let's go ahead and try this. Make sure you keep it upright. And then we'll see. Again, I'm kind of making round. To make it appear like a round. That's how I prefer to color it. You can do circular motions, but I noticed that this way I get a really nice even blend. But some people prefer to do like a circular type. I think the orange is best to show on camera, and it mixes really well, because some of the pens right now, the blending solution is not quite there yet. I'm going to go ahead and stick it in. And then you have to decide what your lightest spot is going to be. So if I want the lightest to be at the bottom of this petal, you can make an arc going this way. Like that. I'll show you how it looks if you do like a circular motion. These are small enough that you can, but with larger images, I wouldn't. You see, I held it too long. Can kind of go over it like so. Okay, I'm going to show you what I mean with the butterfly. So this is a large image. Again, I'm going to put it you don't want to put it too long because then it will dilute it a lot. So again, you want to kind of overlap the pen that you lay down so you won't get streaks. So you kind of have to play around and get used to them. Like so. And that's pretty blend right there. If you want it a little bit darker, you can go ahead and go over some areas. Like that. I'll show you one more time. Notice this is the best way for me as I was playing around. So you have to kind of play around with them and see what's best for you, how to blend them. If you have Copic markers or other alcohol markers, this is definitely not necessary. But if you want to try something new, this is kind of fun. But it does have its limitations. So like that. You don't have to just stick with one color. You can mix them. So like this yellow. This is the YL2 Summer Sun. Sometimes you can see the how it changes. So you can like go over it. Then you will get like this two-tone. Two-tone look right there. Some of these are leaking a little bit because I just refilled the blending chamber. So that's it. That's how you can use these Chameleon markers. There you go. And some of this. Okay. Oops, sorry. So here's a look at the Chameleon tones and some coloring, as you can see here. So if you guys like the idea of me sharing some products and doing a demo with it, if you like that idea, please leave a comment below, because I do have a lot of the products that I've picked up that I haven't shared with you guys yet. Okay, I thank you guys so much for stopping by and all your support. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much. Bye.